comes the substitutional program.
Is he a policeman? It's a question, yes?
Just a question.
The student now have to be warming up, or it's just teaching how to form a question?
Introducing the first time how to form a question. They know that.
If he said, is he a student, even if you are talking loudly in intonation, but did he, is he, does the student know that this is a question, or it will be answered by yes or no or something?
Comes from comes in the role of cards. You have to show them a card like that. Is he a policeman? Very easy. You can show that. Period. Period. Just put a period. It's a sentence. Question mark. It's a question. And you are going to answer it for the first time only after they saying it. Asking me please. Not
is he a policeman?
How can you correct
Yes.
pronunciation?
First of all, let them correct themselves.
How do they know?
Is he, in fact...
No, some vocabulary.
Yes.
Policeman or policeman or policeman.
If you write...
how can you correct?
Okay. It's a good question. First of all, give the student a chance. Try it as a student. Try to say it as a student, not as a teacher. Fact.
Policeman? Many...
and you look at others.
Policeman.
Look.
Yes, policeman. Repeat it.
Policeman.
Yes.
In this way, I will think with another word. I will think with like others.
Our thinking.
I think.
If you say it like that.
No.
I will think with another word.
What about this sign, Shabab? What about this sign?
Maybe.
Yeah, you know, I know. Okay, but most of the students don't know. This
In
is one
Saudi
case.
Arabia, Mr.
Yeah,
Farad?
and there's one thing. What should you do?
Please, I want to hear Mr. Farad.
What should you do?
What
should you do?
I can't hear you.
Shabab, what should you do?
Forming a question is not easy for the intermediate section. I went to where is Mr. Abraham? I went to one of the classrooms in the secondary stage to practice the way. It was the first time I teach in this class in the secondary stage. It was on the third floor, third year. And their reaction was very positive, the way. Very positive. I taught them verb phrases.
Okay. I have another step.
Third secondary.
You can teach third secondary vocabulary by this way?
Yes, of course.
Vocabulary,
yeah.
Civilization, for example.
You give me abstract. You start with the hardest thing.
It's third secondary.
It's a civilization. How many words are abstract in English? But when you introduce the word, as I remember, the word plunge, okay? You give them the word derivatives first.
Swimming.
Quickly. Swim under.
Dive.
Quickly.
Then you write the word. You give them the meaning. Then you write the word. Believe me.
Something like mind mapping.
Believe me. When I wrote the word plunge, P-L-U-N-G-E, a student in the class pronounced it for the first time correctly. The third, you have to trust in your students' minds. Without trusting in your students' minds, you will not practice this way. Try it first. I tried it. I have been trying this way for more than 3 years. My friends here tried it. You know, it's very difficult for first elementary. Very difficult. Mr. Mahdi, Mr. Muhammad Al-Amin, they have films, videos on YouTube practicing this way. When you practice this way for first elementary, believe me, it's very suitable for third secondary. Okay?
It's the way.
Yeah, I am talking about the technique.
I know.
Yeah. So they said the word plunge. They said it correctly. So what's my role as a teacher? Okay. In fact, as teachers, most of the teachers criticize this way because they think that there is no input. They think that your first step, modeling, look here. So you believe that, or you think that they do not know. White sheets, look here. Repeat, plunge. Plunge, repeat,
yes.
plunge, 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 plunge. Why did you expect that they do not know it? Why didn't you try first? Try first. Okay, this is my advice. When you try it first, believe me, the video, my lesson is on YouTube. Just write Ashraf English. The lesson in the third secondary classroom is over there. Okay? And they got the meaning as well. But they gave me the meaning and they gave me the word. So I kept silent. Okay? Don't do what your students can do. It's a rule. Am I right, Mr.? Yeah, don't do what your students can do. Try them first. When they can do it, stop teaching. Please. Okay, as as I showed you, it can introduce questions. And very easy. You don't have to bother yourself. You have just twisted your fingers to get it. Most of us do not, when they teach grammar, do not pay attention to the rising and falling intonation. Am I right? You don't have to model it. Just raise your hands and put them down. Raising hands, it means rising voice. Putting them down, yes. Like a maestro. Okay, you're right.
Most of the teaching educational theories now don't believe in teaching grammar as rules, even if by silence way or gestures. Just put the grammar into context and the matter will be...
You are right. One more thing, يا جماعة, audio-visual methodology is crowding the market. Crowding the market. Why not trying another way? Silence doesn't mean passive, doesn't mean negative attitude from the teacher. Okay? You give a chance to your friend, to your student to think, rethink, to be helped from his friends, not from you as a teacher. Okay? You give your learner a chance to learn, not to accept, not to fill a vessel, an empty vessel as you think.
Just to receive.
And trying the way is the judgment of the way. Try it first, then come and talk with me. Okay? One more thing, the signs and the gestures. Why don't you have to teach your students the gestures? Why? Because they are common, they are universal, as I told you. But pay attention. What about this? It's very famous in Saudi Arabia. Wait. In Egypt maybe, but here it means as they say, it means it's very famous here, this word. And a famous sign here. You know, when I asked Dr. Gray about this sign, what it means in South Africa, he didn't reply. He told me that it means a very rude sign. And he couldn't tell me. Very rude. So, but here, yeah. In the United States, it means threat.
Yes, I'll show you.
Yeah, in Egypt like this. Yeah. In Egypt, what does it mean in Egypt? You know here what it means? Begging.
Yeah, takfa.
Takfa. When you ask someone politely, you want something from him. Instead of doing this, you do this, like this. You see how signs, but there are some common gestures and signs which are common. Known around the whole world. What does it mean?
Victory.
What does it mean?
الساعة عندنا في اسكندرية. لو في ساعة بتعمل كده.
But victory. It's common. Okay, what about this side? What about this side?
Cutting.
No, no, when your student says a good answer, a very brilliant answer, this.
But it means this.
No, no, it means حبتين you are very brilliant.
Yeah.
You are excellent. It means that to the students.
I asked a student about this sign. He didn't know. He said that عطى حبتين بس ما.
Yeah, like this. Yeah. You should do like this. Yeah. Okay, one more thing.
You mean using body language in teaching?
Gestures. Yeah, you know. It's full of TPR. It's full of total physical response, but it's not total physical response. Do you know why, Mr. Fahad?
Why?
Total physical response is not silent.
I know, using body language, these gestures, okay, as signs, refers to body language, the division of body language using gestures and signs.
Yeah, TPR.
Yeah, TBR. I mean, what you want to teach, okay, you have to say something in teaching.
Yeah. One more thing, because you have to say something. You have to say something.
But without something.
When you have to say something,
Mr. Rashad,
when there's a chance to say
yeah,
something.
without producing sound. For
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
no one of my students know to form a sentence,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
I have to say,
Yeah.
give them a sentence.
Mouthing.
Mouthing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are right. It's in the way. It's a helper to the fingers, to my fingers.
And
But okay, Mr. Fuad.
you mean, and there is another way, not only by fingers or pictures. There's what? Words. To form words. By what? Give him or give them what? Many words to form 5 or 6
Yes.
words.
Yeah. But here you are presenting. First you are presenting. Then, as Mr. Isa said yesterday, you have to integrate the skills during your lesson. But you start with the spoken form first. After the spoken form, you have to write it on the board or to show a flashcard. You have to make
The formative assessment.
you make your students write, but write what? Not copy what's on the board. Writing doesn't mean at all copying. It doesn't mean copying. Why? Because most of our students copy from the board what you have introduced in the lesson. It's not the way. Your students have to write similar sentences at least. When you give them a flower is yellow, they have to write a flower is pink, maybe. Okay, anyway, when you show your students a word like that, what you get?
Colors.
A flower,
Colors.
pink,
Green.
yellow,
Green.
green,
Beautiful.
beautiful, adjective. You see how many, not how many words, you see how many parts of speech you got?
It was really fun.
We hope you liked it too.
Seems like we've just begun when suddenly we're through. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye.